Present worth analysis using Microsoft Excel. Assume that we're going to evaluate a single project. Say we are going to invest in a rental car business. So we buy a car for $25,000. In red in parentheses is negative in Excel. And then each year, assume we're going to make $7,000 per year for 5 years. And end of 5 years, we're going to sell the car for $10,000. So are we going to invest on this project or not? So you have to have a minimum attractive rate given. Let's say you are happy with 20% return on this investment. So the present worth analysis, simply you calculate the present value or present worth for each of these cash flow, and then basically sum it up. If that's a positive number, then invest in this project. So let's calculate the present value for this guy. You can simply, so what you're going to do is basically we're going to convert this $10,000 to year 0. We are receiving that money after 5 years. So at a 20% rate, I'm going to freeze that because I'll be using that for all these different cash flows. And number of compounding period, I'll use this cell because this money will come after 5 years, so it doesn't have as much value as in today's dollars. So let's see how much is that value in today's dollar. So everything is going to be converted to the present value. We're not making any payment, we're just converting all this future cash flow into the present value. So just select that. Now use a minus sign. Excel usually gives the opposite. That's how the formula works. So if you want to get a positive sign, you have to use the minus sign from this positive cash flow, and you can simply copy all the way there. Usually you type the formula here, but I thought it's going to be easier to explain this guy. You getting this money, $10,000 after 5 years, you're bringing that to year 0. That's why I wrote the formula here. But when you're taking an exam, just type this formula right here, like PV, and then the rate here, and freeze that, comma, number of compounding is basically nothing, 0 here, and it should give you the exact same $25,000 that you're investing. So it's 25,000, and then you basically calculate the total present value. Just simply sum everything, and if that's a positive number, you invest on this project. If it's not a positive number, you don't invest on this project. So this is not a positive number. So at 20% rate, you're not really achieving that. But let's say you're okay with 18%, then it probably would make sense. This is a positive number. So if the present value is positive, for all this cash flow after you convert it to the present value, then you say, yes, we're going to invest on this project. If it's a negative value, then you say, no, we're not going to invest on these projects. That is basically the present value analysis for evaluating single project.